WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark is getting ready to sign an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike. That's according to reports. Clark, whose NCAA career at the University of Iowa pushed women's basketball to new heights, already had a Nike deal as a college athlete. That arrangement, allowed under new regulations that permit college athletes to sign endorsement deals, expired after the college basketball season ended a few weeks ago. It ended in Iowa's defeat. Remember, Dawn Staley's team won. Still was great. It was great. Great run. Now that Clark has gone pro as the number 1 pick by the Indiana Fever in the WNBA draft and taken the sports world by storm, she is eyeing a much bigger payday with Nike. Nike certainly placing a big bet on Clark, but the numbers speak for themselves in terms of the 22-year-old's on-court production and her box office potential. She averaged 28.4 points, 8.2 assists over 4 years with the Hawkeyes. And the end of her college run saw her featured in multiple NCAA tournament games that set viewership records, Bleacher Report reminding us here. According to Fortune magazine, at the moment, only 3 WNBA players, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Elena Del Don, have their own shoe line. Did I get that right, Woes?
Yes, you did.
They've got their own shoe line. Caitlin Clark is expected to get a shoe line. Jemele Hill is overly qualified to comment on these kinds of stories. She responded to the news. A'ja Wilson, who is a 2-time league MVP, 2-time WNBA champion, 2-time DPOY, finals MVP, 5-time WNBA All-Star, and a best-selling author, is probably somewhere like, Clark is no stranger to the world of high-profile brand deals. In college, aside from her Nike deal, she had endorsements valued at $3.1 million, making her one of the biggest, highest-paid college athletes in the country. The millions Clark is set to earn from sponsors notably outstrips her WNBA salary, which will be a little over $76,000. Fortune with the numbers. Speaking about her WNBA salary, President Biden commented on the subject. Women in sports continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all. But right now, we're seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share. It's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve. Now, Mr. Biden didn't bring up the subject of pay disparity when Brittany Griner played overseas. Remember why she was over there? When Putin and his cronies nabbed her? She was there because she wanted to earn some money, needed it due to a lack of pay in her own country. A move that found Griner imprisoned in Russia, even though Biden added, he aided in her release, and we got to give him credit for that. He helped free her. But right now we're talking about pay disparity. Despite losing in the NCAA tournament, Clark and her teammates were invited to appear on SNL for a weekend update segment. I watched it. Senator Nina Turner would ask online about the team that went undefeated and beat Clark's team on their way to a national title. Senator Turner asked a simple question here. When does South Carolina get an SNL spot? Because I think the senator who's familiar to this show and this network probably wants to mark her calendar, set the DVR. I would like to know too, Senator Turner. And I will watch. I saw this one, and I would maybe, they save the winning team for last. Dawn Staley, I love that. Dawn Staley can do no wrong. Now you go on now. And not just because she's from Philly. It's a good question, Senator. Clark has had a lot of accolades over the course of her college career, including the NCAA scoring record. She's done a lot. However, many outlets fail to mention that the collegiate record actually belongs to Hall of Famer Pearl Moore. Hey, Pearl. And the trophy and everything. Hey, Pearl. Nice brooch, too. To end on this point, as Stephanie Holland of The Root wrote, Clark is extraordinarily talented, but she hasn't played 1 second of WNBA basketball yet. We don't know what will happen in her pro career. She should get her moment, but it's past time that we see this same level of media attention and sponsor investment in Black players. The Root, Stephanie Holland. So I like many of you, watching and kind of just on the edge of our seats. I'm always root for Dawn Staley unapologetically. Philly and everything about her is great. Authentic, brilliant. I loved her as a player. I love her as a coach. Do no wrong. And her outfits as well. Her signature outfits, okay? So she's brilliant. And I think Caitlin Clark is great for the sport too. I liked everything, the rivalries, what was the thing they were doing, Woes? What was this?
She was doing the Tony Yayo dance. You can't see me.
You can't see me. My daughter probably could tell me that, but she's, it's the same thing, right? So I loved it all. But I think there's something to be said here. Stop acting like, well, we just go with what people are enjoying. And if this is what they're watching and they love Caitlin Clark, and people enjoy what we push on them. And again, I think she's great and I can't wait to see what she does next. But we decide, media, marketing, who has value, who has more. It's just what we do since the beginning of time. And I love that she got this contract too, $28 million, bring it on. But if I'm a Black athlete who's represented by Nike and I have done more in WNBA, and it's not fair to just say, oh, well, because she hasn't played yet, but I'm talking about the real big time stars, WNBA. I might go to Nike and say, you became Nike off of our backs. Okay, you just did, the house that Jordan built. And I want to see you actively pursue some of this. And I'm not trying to blame it just on Nike, and maybe I'm all over the place. I want you to make it make sense, Woes, but we're nearing the end of the show. So I don't want you to upset me. Okay, don't upset me. Just
no,
please don't. I
will not. I promise I will not upset you. Just quickly here, a couple of things. One, what I will say is just for people to just relax a little bit on the Black athletes and not having shoes. I'll have you guys know that a shoe from conception, when they start working on the shoe to when it ends up on the shelves in Foot Locker, that typically takes 18 months. So just know that as a fact. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were already some things on the way for Black WNBA players in the signature shoe market before people started complaining about it. I just want people to remember that when they do see some of these people pop up with shoes in the very near future. I'm pretty sure Nike was already thinking about this stuff because they are really like race conscious.
Interrupt you, but have you been talking to sources? And I don't know. Have you been talking to sources at Nike?
Some people.
And by the way, you said it takes 18. I want you to know I put something in my calendar. I put an alarm for my calendar for 18 months from now. And I won't forget. So don't just
what
say
I'm telling
things.
you
if
is
you
that
have the sourcing, don't
what
just
I'm telling you is
because
that
I'm going to check you,
sneakers from Black athletes, I bet you in the WNBA will be appearing before 18 months. Meaning Nike had this stuff in the cooker before people started complaining about it. Just want to say that. On the Caitlin Clark piece, I have to say, guys, I think we might be barking up the wrong tree with this one. The attention and the interest that this woman has generated is literally and actually unprecedented. It's measurable and it's singular. Caitlin Clark, I'm not talking about Ionescu and Della Don. If you want to go after them, they can go ahead. But Caitlin Clark specifically is a singular entity. You can go on any ticket website, reseller. Go look at the average New York Liberty game, how much it costs, and how much it's gonna cost when the Fever come in there. The very first game that she plays against the Las Vegas Aces against Asia Wilson, they're gonna move that thing from their normal arena to a 20,000 seater because Caitlin Clark's gonna be there. She is legitimately box office. Nike is a business They're going to chase that thing. It seems pretty obvious that she is singular in the attention and interest that she generates. Like you could take the ratings, you could take whatever measurable you want. It's been proven that she is singularly special in that way. And so I would say with Caitlin Clark, like I'm sorry to say, guys, she kind of deserves it. Like even if she is a cutesy little whatever white girl, we get that. And I will say this though, to the biases that you're speaking about, Sharon, in this country particularly, and the WNBA, this is a specific to them. There are a lot of not femme presenting Black women in that sport. And the corporate America does not know how to sell those people. That's a bias that is working against them. You could call it bias, you could call it racism, you could whatever. They just haven't known how to do it, and they probably haven't tried hard enough, and it's been to the detriment of the women in the WNBA. And I think that has a lot to do with why, corporate America, Madison Avenue hasn't been banging down their doors. They just haven't known how to do this.
Well, now I asked you not to upset me. You don't have me totally upset, but I asked you, I was pretty nice about it too. When I said, please don't upset me. I had a long day, it's been a long show. I love doing this. There's like some hairs on the back of my neck a little bit. I'll start back where you said corporate America, they don't know what to do with, what did you call the Black women who were, how did you say it?
They don't present as femme.
They don't present as femme is what you said. I don't know if I even agree with that, but I don't want to even go there. I want to go here. Does Caitlin Clark?
More so than the average WNBA player, I would say so. Yeah. Now, is Caitlin Clark some Kardashian? No, hell no.
Okay,
but I'm talking specifically about her peers.
Screen, and I would remove us from the split screen, and I'd let him go solo with it and explain the rest of this. But you can go on and take me on the split screen and I want to give Rose the floor. And I just wanted to clarify that with you because I get what you're saying. The other point is, it seems to me that the question is, who took this extraordinary player and kicked it up a notch? You don't think the media kind of hyped her up a little bit, or you think it's all natural?
I think if the media were any good at this, they'd be doing it way more often for more white chicks. I do think there was a legitimate grassroots phenomenon. Her actual style of play is one that had never been seen before. Like the way that she was taking these deep ass 3-pointers and the ridiculous, like the packaging of the actual on-court product was different. It was new. It was Steph Curry-esque, which again, Steph Curry started a similar phenomenon that I remember in 2015 having a knee-jerk reaction of all these white people fawning over this light-skinned dude. It got on my nerves. I understand why people feel the way they do. I went through this with Steph, and I can acknowledge I was wrong. Like Steph was legitimately special. And the praise and the attention that he garnered was legitimate. Like people actually were responding to something. He was like reaching out and getting that out of people. And I think we're seeing something similar in Caitlin Clark, but I do, believe me, folks, I understand the skepticism when this white chick from Iowa is getting all this praise heaped upon her, when all of these fantastic elite Black women have come before her and didn't get the same spotlight. I understand it completely.
Just a note to the audience. I want to explain what Wills just did there to get me off his case. He did mention Steph Curry, and it regulated me. Okay, I feel fully calibrated, and that was pretty smart. He mentioned Steph Curry, the kind of, okay, we got you. And
remember,
now
he was doing his God and his Jesus act. And he's a family man. And he's so relatable. He's so family friendly and the kids love him. And I was like, God damn, we can't say this about Chris Paul.
Okay, that's a story for another day with the diss track, okay, and Quavo, and they're both getting on my nerves. Stop, okay? This is a stop. Okay, Woes, you boy, I'm glad you cleaned it up. There's still some things that I did, and then maybe they'll do it in post, but don't put me on that split screen when he's talking about who looks more feminine. And the producers know.
I'm
by
talking
now.
about how they present themselves. People
Well,
who
we
wear
gonna present
dresses
that
and high
solo.
heels and all of that. I'm not
Go
talking about
on.
my perception. I'm talking about how
Okay.
these women choose to present
He's doing
themselves
it
to the
again.
public.
He's rewriting some things, but I just presented solo next time. Well, we'll have an opportunity to do this again. But just know that the sisters are, I don't know if you're going out tonight or not, grocery store even, you might want to just watch
I know
your
they're
back.
throwing tomatoes at me right now.
This
It's
is
okay.
true.